It was a rainy weekend here where I live, and I was inside all day. I kinda liked it when it rained. Made me feel better about staying in and not being as productive on my days off. The rain being the excuse for not going out and getting any errands done. I think this was on a Sunday. I was very tired for some reason. Maybe didn't sleep super well last night. But regardless, it meant I stayed on the couch all day. And when it came time for dinner, I wasn't really in the mood to cook a meal for myself. I decided, after being cooped up all day, to head out for a drive and pick up something quick from a drive-thru. It was around 10 p.m. and the rain was pretty harsh. Not many people were out on the roads. I was out for 20 minutes, just getting food to go and driving right back home. As I drove back up to my house, though, I noticed it really stood out. With all the fog and rain, and with every other house on the street having their lights off, it made the single light shining from my upstairs bedroom window in my house really stand out. I thought it was odd, because I always turned off all the lights before leaving. In fact, I hadn't even been upstairs all day. But because I was tired and more focused on pulling in and being careful with the rain, I didn't look at it too much. I sort of glazed over it, not realizing truly how strange it was until I was already in the driveway and had no view of it anymore. I headed inside and turned on the downstairs lights, then dropped my food off in the living room and felt sluggish as I made my way upstairs to turn off the lights. I went up the steps to the upper hallway, and immediately my eyes opened up a bit wider and I sort of woke up. Not only was the bedroom light not on, but none of the upstairs lights were on. All the doors were open, so I could clearly see everything was off. After pausing for a second, I walked into the room and looked around. I don't even know what I was looking for. I was kind of just lost, questioning everything. I walked up to the window and looked out at the rainy weather and the dark neighborhood. Maybe my headlights had reflected onto the glass somehow, making it look like there was a light on. I was really regretting and punching myself for not having given it a better look as I was pulling in. Even just a moment of a more direct look at the window would have made me way more confident in what I actually saw. But now I had no clue. I didn't know how it could be possible that the light was actually on. And then in the 30 seconds it took for me to park and head upstairs, it turned off on its own. It had to be a reflection or something. I rubbed my eyes and just tried to get myself out of this tired headspace. I went back downstairs and sat on the couch with my food, opening it up and eating while watching my show. I have to say though, I must have completely let it go over my head, because after just 5 minutes, I wasn't even thinking about it anymore. Thought it was just a weird occurrence, and moved past it pretty quickly. I ate and kind of passed out while watching TV. I kept waking up though, like I'd doze off for a couple minutes, then wake up, and oddly, every time I woke up, it was with a really unsettling feeling. The kind where it felt like eyes were on me, like someone was watching me. Kept having to look around the room and over my shoulders. After a few times, it got so bad that I got up and turned on the lights in the room, as before it was fairly dark with just the TV lighting up the room. However, this didn't help all that much, because the next time I woke up and got that feeling and looked over my shoulders, my eyes were drawn toward the corner of the room. It was the part that led to the hallway where the stairs were, and none of the light from the living room bled into that area of the house, so it stuck out as this dark, shadowy corner. It was really creepy, and had me still feeling like someone was watching me, so I got up again and turned on the hallway lights, and while I was up, I just decided to get ready for bed. I turned the TV off and cleaned up the food, then started to head upstairs. And I swear the moment I got to the bottom of the stairwell, a light turned off. I didn't even realize it was on until it suddenly got darker, but it was unmistakably a light from the upstairs room. I felt that sinking gut feeling, but for some reason I continued walking up. My mind was racing about how this was possible, and honestly just not believing it. I got to the top and peered into the now dark room. The eerie sounds of rain ticking against the roof and the moonlight beaming into the window made it incredibly uncomfortable. And that feeling still lingered, that someone was still watching me. I felt a chill as I took a couple steps in and shakily called out, "Hello?" I took a few more steps and then flicked the light back on. I looked back, seeing the light falling into the hallway at the top of the stairs, and knowing this was exactly what I saw. There was no mistaking it this time. Just as the whole thing came together in my head, something moved in the corner of my view. It was the bedroom closet door. It cracked open slightly, and through the gap, an eye was looking back at me. We made eye contact for a split second, before they knew they'd been caught and shoved the door open and stepped out. The guy didn't attack me or run at me, though. He was walking up to me, trying to explain himself and keep me from running. His smile was disturbing and creepy, and he looked deranged and unkempt, but the way he approached was almost like he knew me somehow. Before he got too close, I ran back downstairs and straight out of the house. Thankfully, I still had my phone on me, so I called the police right away. However, as I was standing out in the rain, waiting for them to get there, I saw the man run out of the front door and disappear down the road. When police made it, they did a short investigation and found the back door broken. The handle and the lock looked completely bashed and shattered, but I just never noticed it because I never used the back door. And when I saw him in the room, he didn't look dripping wet, so he had definitely been inside my house all night while I was downstairs. I couldn't find anything missing, so why he broke in or what he was doing hiding in my room, I just don't know. The light also really throws me off because there had to be a reason he kept turning it on. Haven't felt safe since then, knowing he's still out there and is capable of randomly breaking into my home and hiding. Hopefully nothing does, but if anything else happens, I'll update you.